Hey everybody, it's Pancake Arm Man. Welcome back to yet another discussion here on the Game Channel. Yeah, we're doing discussions again after a couple months. Today I'm joined by
James Rolls.
And Lady Gear to you.
Today we are discussing the June 2023 Nintendo Direct. Basically Nintendo's E3, but E3 doesn't exist anymore because fuck it. So it's
Yeah!
Nintendo Direct. So yay.
Down with the Mafia! I mean E3!
Basically.
So, welcome back to our Nintendo Direct discussing thingies. So, let's start off with the first question. What were you expecting going into this Nintendo Direct?
Uh Honestly, I don't really know because the announcement just kind of came out of nowhere. I just kind of, I guess I just expected them to talk about stuff we already knew about, like Pikmin 4 and all that sort of stuff. I expected them to talk about the 1-2 Switch sequel because I thought that would be funny. Um, and that's about it, really. Just stuff that we already knew about. I really wasn't expecting anything.
I was really only expecting Pikmin 4, because obviously that's coming out in a month. Um, because they didn't, because they posted that video of the content creators in Japan for 1-2, everybody 1-2 Switch. I didn't think we were gonna see it. Maybe mention in one of the sizzle reels, like at the very end or something. Um, I was hoping to see Splatoon 3 Side Order because that's supposed to be coming out this year, at least according to when it was first revealed. But we did have Splatoon in the direct, so that was, I guess, acceptable. But yeah, I was really only expecting Pikmin 4 because it's coming out in a month. Um, and I was hoping to see Side Order for Splatoon 3, but other than that, I wasn't really expecting all too much. Although I guess I should mention what we're going to discuss later. There was the rumor about the new 2D Mario game, and it turned out to be true. But obviously nobody knew exactly what it was going to be like. So yeah, I was really only expecting Pikmin 4 and I guess the new 2D Mario that we'll talk about a little later, just because that kind of leaked ahead of time.
Yeah, like, the rumor of the 2D Mario and the SNES remake, like, that was spreading shortly before the Direct started. I didn't believe it because, like, I don't really care that much about rumors, but it was still a thing that was spreading. So, like, I was genuinely curious about it. We'll get into more details on that a little bit later, but yeah, like I was really expecting like Pikmin 4 was gonna be like the main showcase, which it kind of was, but it was more so like a bunch of other stuff. They didn't really have like a general focus for this one, which I think was a really good thing because they had a lot of variety in the games they were showing. But yeah, like pretty much exactly what James said. If those rumors are true, we're going to see those. We'd see Pikmin 4, and was really hoping we'd see Splatoon 3 Side Order, but that didn't happen, so that's unfortunate. But what was pretty cool was the stuff that it did show. Namely, the first game we'll be talking about. Super Mario RPG is a thing. Yay! What are your thoughts on Super Mario RPG getting remade for Nintendo Switch?
Um, My thoughts were that really took me by surprise, and I think it took everybody by surprise because honestly, I just expected them to just put it on Nintendo Online and that's it. But I didn't expect the full-fledged remake, and that's really cool. I love the art style that they're going with. It's a really good art style. Um, and I'm definitely gonna get it when it comes out because I've always wanted to play Super Mario RPG for like the longest time. I've never really had a chance to play it, and now that it's coming to Switch, I can finally have my chance. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So going back to the rumor before the direct happened with the SNES remake, obviously a lot of people were hopeful it was going to be something like Mario RPG, but a lot of people in the back of their minds were like, nah, it probably couldn't be that because like Square pretty much has ignored Mario RPG for years now. So the fact that the trailer started with the opening cutscene of Peach in the flower field, um, you were just like, oh, it's just coming to Super Nintendo Switch Online, and then the light bulb comes flying in, and you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't in the cutscene, or rather, the HD little light was in the trailer, and you're like, hey, wait a second. And then when it flashed to the white screen and transitioned to footage of the remake, my jaw hit the floor. I am super excited for the Mario RPG remake. Um, it's about time. If we're not gonna get a new game ever of Mario RPG, like a sequel to it, even though the directors said at one point that they would like to make another one, um, a remake is perfectly fine. And if the remake does well, maybe we will get a proper sequel that isn't Paper Mario-ish. So yeah, Mario RPG remake, I'm super excited. I've never like fully played the original. I've played bits and pieces, mostly the opening, of course, because you can't really play more of a game unless you really do the opening over and over again. But yeah, I'm excited. I really can't wait.
Yeah, seeing the intro on there, like I thought this was announcing Super Mario RPG for SNES Online, and that would have been really cool too. But wow, this was probably my favorite announcement from the direct because I had the biggest grin on my face during the entire trailer, just thinking in the back of my mind, oh my god, this is real. Oh my god, is this real? This is so cool because like this even today, like, yeah, it is an SNES RPG, but it's still a really good one to go back to. It's probably one of the ones that's aged the best from that era, alongside Earthbound and things like that. So I'm really excited to see new people experience this game. I've never finished it. I played through like halfway through it on the Wii Virtual Console, and then up to the Forest Maze on Wii U. So really excited to get the chance to finally finish this game and things like that. So and I just love seeing the reactions online. Like you see the Nintendo World Store, people like literally jumping for joy and things like that. And I think my favorite was the video Nintendo Capri Sun and Chuck Conroy did. And Jugga says it is like, my RPGs aren't terrible anymore. Yeah. And like that makes me really curious to see where Mario RPGs go from here. Because like my first thought after the Nintendo Direct was over was wondering, okay, Paper Mario games are now coming out every 4 years or so. So if that's still true, the next one's probably next year. So either it's going to be a return to form, or people are going to be even more mad at it because Super Mario RPG is showing that Mario RPGs can have good stories and characters again, but the next Paper Mario is just another circus star. So I'm really curious to see if that's gonna happen or anything like that. But either way, I'm super excited for this. It has that art style that looks like Link's Awakening, and I'm really hoping that the Link cameo in this game, I would love it if it's the Link's Awakening remake version, because that would be like the coolest thing ever. And now for the next question. Super Mario Bros. Wonder certainly looks quite wonderful. What are your thoughts?
I really love how the game looks. Like this, I'm so glad that they ditched the new Super Mario Brothers art style in favor of this more claymation looking art style because it looks so freaking good. And like the game from the trailer looks just beautiful. Um, and it looks like it's gonna be a really good game. I love that you can play as Daisy. That's my favorite part. You can finally play as Daisy. This is her second mainline appearance after being shoved away to spin-off titles for years. And you know I'm gonna be playing as her the whole entire game. So yeah. Really excited for this one. It looks really great. And I'm so glad that we're getting a new 2D Mario game because it feels like it's been years since we got a new 2D Mario game. I think the last one we got was the port of New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U on Nintendo Switch, and that was like that was a couple years ago. And those weren't really new games; those were just ports. But yeah, really excited for this. Really glad that there's a new 2D Mario game after what felt like forever. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Super Mario Brothers Wonder is it looks astounding. I really can't wait. Playable Daisy's really cool. Like Pancake said, it's like her only second mainline Mario appearance ever as a playable character. So that's pretty great. Playable Yoshis are pretty cool too. Um, I'm not really a fan of the little like guide flower thing that like speaks to you. Maybe I'll get over it, but it seems like it speaks too much in the trailer. Um, but I really like the art style. I like how it looks like the game is going to play. I really like the new elephant power up. That was pretty funny at the end of the reveal trailer. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very fun game. I'm looking forward to it because yeah, the 2D Mario was kind of stale because the new series was just pretty much like the same thing over and over again. And this is the first one. I think when did it? Luigi U technically was 2013 or 2014, whatever. Slash Mario U was 2013, 2012. So yeah, it's been a decade since like an actual new Super Mario Brothers style, a new 2D Mario game. So yeah, this is long overdue, and it looks like it will be worth the wait.
Yeah, just this game looks really cool. I love the art style. It really does look like the older box arts for the original Mario games, like coming to life and things like that. The art direction just looks so good, and like I love New Super Mario Bros. U. It does. It is a bit hard to go back to that one every now and then. And like the other the other new Mario Brothers games in general. But this one just looks like it's bursting with creativity. This really does feel like they're taking Odyssey's creativity and just making it into a 2D game. And like going into the Nintendo Direct, seeing Kozumi at the beginning, when I saw that, I was like, okay, if they show off a Mario game today, it's going to be good because he was responsible for Mario Odyssey and sneaking the stories into the Galaxy games and Link's Awakening, and he's behind a lot of the more beloved Nintendo stuff. So, like seeing him on there, I just knew, okay, then Mario's going to be awesome today. So, it looks really cool. There's a couple things I am a little worried about. I do hope it has online multiplayer because the new Super Mario Bros. Games didn't have that. But who knows? Super Mario 3D World had online multiplayer, and that worked pretty well. So hopefully Mario Bros. Wonder will have that too. And I'm curious to see if they'll have other playable characters as well. The ones that we have, they're all awesome. And I'll be perfectly fine if they're the only ones we have. But if they have a couple other ones like Rosalina or Pauline or like Toadette or things like that, then that'd be super cool. So
What? Are you trying to say you don't want to play as Blue Toad Hat Goomba?
he's a blue hat Goomba stuck between two pipes. Anyway, yeah, Mario Bros. Wonder looks awesome. Looks quite wonderful. And I already made that joke, but I don't care.
And you're gonna make that joke a million other times when you inevitably let's play it.
Who told you? God, you're gonna hate me if you do a versus that. Anyway, next series. If you question, whatever we're doing.
Next series? Okay.
Next series is Persona versus. No. Next question. Pikmin 4 is almost here! What are your thoughts?
Definitely gonna get the game. Maybe not as soon as it comes out, but like close to when it comes out. When it comes to what was shown off at the Nintendo Direct for Pikmin 4 specifically, I'm like glow Pikmin, just glow Pikmin. They look freaking amazing. I can't really say much about Pikmin 4 because all I can say is that I'm really just hyped for its release now that it's so close and yet it still feels very far away. So yeah.
Yeah, Pikmin 4 I think gets better and better every time we see it. It just looks so good. Like Pancake mentioned, the glow Pikmin being introduced in this direct. I really like it, especially because we can form a spirit bomb with them for the enemies. It's pretty cool. Playing at night, obviously we got to see a little bit more of that. Dungeons are coming back. Got to see a little bit of the battle mode. And it was really fun seeing more of Pikmin 4. And yeah, it's a month away, and I am very, very excited. I already have it pre-ordered. I'll be playing it probably whenever it gets officially loaded up, hopefully midnight exactly, but usually it's like 12:07 or something. But as soon as it hits around the 10-minute mark after midnight on its release date, I'm going to be playing that for a little bit, because I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be a great time.
It only took them an eternity to release this game when they said it was so close to completion, like almost 10 years ago. But hopefully it'll be worth the wait. I'm super excited for Pikmin 4. And just nearly everything that we've seen so far looks really cool. I love how adorable the ice and the ghost Pikmin look. They look really cute. The glow Pikmin, excuse me. And the funny thing is, like, between that and a couple other things we've seen, I kept thinking throughout the direct, man, this direct is just proving Arlo wrong. Because in a lot of Arlo's videos, he kept saying that it seemed like the ice Pikmin were going to be the only ones that they were going to have in this new game. So I'm really happy that that's not the case and that we are getting more Pikmin. So that's really cool. The Spirit Bomb thing looks awesome. And just being able to play at night, that's something that I've been wanting forever. And dungeons are coming back. Like, as annoying as they can be in Pikmin 2, I have been hoping that they'd come back at some point. I'm really happy that that's the case. So, yeah, Pikmin 4... hopefully you and I get along, and hopefully it doesn't take me 17 billion years to let's play you.
Before we move on, though, they did release a video, how many weeks? Like 2 weeks ago before the Direct, showing a little bit more of the game, where they confirmed character customization, so that's kind of cool. Just wanted to point that out.
That's really cool. We make our own characters. That's actually really cool.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that reminded me of something. So, earlier this month, everybody was pointing at Everybody Want to Switch being announced and the story trailer for Pikmin 4. Everybody was pointing at those two things, basically deconfirming a June Direct. And while I could see that being the case, at the same time, like, a sequel to Want to Switch doesn't deconfirm anything. They didn't even show that Direct.
And Nintendo has done this before, where they'll post something on Twitter and YouTube, and then they'll have a Direct a couple weeks later anyway. So I don't know why people said that, because they've done that like 5 times before.
Because they want to be annoying.
People are kind of dumb.
People are special salamanders.
And speaking of salamanders, because I didn't have a better segue into this next segment, the next question: Pikmin 1 and 2 are on Switch as well. That makes me a super happy gator. So what are your thoughts on Pikmin 1 and 2?
I wonder what your thoughts on Pikmin 1 and 2 coming to Switch, Gator. I mean, it only took you forever to do your Pikmin 2 Let's Play, and now you're finally doing it. And isn't it just so great that Pikmin 2 came out when you were doing it?
We'll get to that.
All seriousness, I am so happy that Pikmin 1 and 2 are on Switch right now. I'm going to get them next week. I am going to play Pikmin 2. There are reasons why I can't really play Pikmin 1 right now. And yeah, so I'm not going to talk anymore. So yeah, there. But when I get the chance, I'm going to play Pikmin 1. But yeah, I'm very happy that these games are finally on Switch. So
I have a feeling you might have that chance a little bit soon. Point, wink, nudge. Anyway, so yeah, Pikmin 1 and 2. They retro-nimed Pikmin 1 to be Pikmin 1, because all 4 games are on the Switch now, so they kind of had to. They had to differentiate every one of them and say, all right, yeah, this is 1, that's 2, that's 3 that gets a special title because we ported it, so it has to be deluxe now, and then 4 coming out soon. So yeah, having all of them on the Switch is pretty cool. I played a little bit of Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch yesterday, just to, get a feel for them on the Switch, and they play pretty great. So yeah, I'm excited that the whole Pikmin series is on Nintendo Switch.
Before I go, I gotta ask. I can't find an answer for this anywhere. Do they have motion controls?
I only played on handheld, so I can't answer that.
I need to know this!
Figure it out yourself.
I can't find
He's
an answer!
waiting for the physical version.
Anywho. Yeah. So, Pikmin is one of my favorite games of all time. I have a lot of fun memories playing Pikmin 2 with my sister because we'd go back and forth and try and see who could beat it faster and things like that. So I have a lot of fun memories with these games. And I'm just gonna say this right now. Pikmin 2? Oh boy. I've been wanting to Let's Play that game since like 2017 or something like that. Every little thing kept getting it delayed. Whether it was the fact that I didn't feel prepared for it because it's a very difficult game, or something else became a higher priority, or just a bunch of other stuff and things like that. Just kept delaying it for like almost 7 years until finally, this year, we finally started. Okay, I was like, alright. They ported Pikmin 3 over to Switch. I don't see them doing 1 and 2 anytime soon, so we probably are okay. Let's play Pikmin 2. They release it when I'm 4 episodes into this Let's Play. I'm already...
Now you know how I feel. Sorry, but now you know how I feel when they announce the Portal collection for Nintendo Switch.
And recording-wise, I'm at episode 15, so it'd be a... just... I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm pissed. It's like Harry Potter. I'm going to suffer, but I'm going to be happy about it. That aside, I'm really happy these games are on Switch. Every Pikmin game that's important is on the console now. I like Pikmin, but we don't count that. Like, I love that they're all playable on there. I'm going to marathon them all when I get the chance. And just, I'm super excited for this. I've noticed that, like, I've seen a couple of clips of Pikmin 2. They seem to have removed the product placement, so that'll be an interesting thing to discuss during the Let's Play, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, Pikmin on Switch makes me happy. I hope we get more Pikmin stuff on Switch, like Pikmin 5, or just to make the world burn. Hey, Pikmin Deluxe, that'd be funny.
I mean, if they're gonna be porting more 3DS stuff, I don't doubt it. We'll get to that one in a second.
Alright, so moving away from Pikmin to another series that can be abbreviated as PKMN. Next question. Some Pokemon stuff was announced, probably. Any thoughts on the Scarlet Violet DLC or Detective Pikachu Returns?
I was very caught off guard by the announcement of Detective Pikachu Returns. Because when the trailer for that started, I just thought they were going to announce a third fucking DLC pack for Scarlet and Violet. But I'm so glad they didn't. If I've never played the first Detective Pikachu, but I've always wanted to, and I feel like they announced that they were working on a sequel like a long time ago, and just nothing ever came from it. So to see it be announced during the direct was just like, it was one of those things that caught you off guard, and I'm actually very excited for this game. I do want to play it. Because Pokemon spin-offs nowadays are always better than the mainline Pokemon games nowadays. So that's for sure. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. Why? Your game barely runs. Why are you making DLC for it? Just announce an overhaul patch that fixes the fucking game. Just fix the fucking game. Fix the game. Please, fix the fucking game. Don't announce DLC for it. They already announced DLC for it. It's coming out. 2 DLC packs. Why the fuck? No. Fuck you, Game Freak. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying any more mainline Pokemon games. And I say that, and I'll probably buy the next generation, because whatever. Okay, rant over. Detective Pikachu's okay. Fuck Scarlet and Violet. I don't like them.
Hey, I mean, this card.
Within that span of
I'm sorry, what?
Within that span of 10 seconds, that's probably the most swear words we've ever had on all the other discussions combined.
New world record.
I mean, to be fair, Scarlet and Violet do have their problems. I mean, it's 10 times more than like the whole issue with trees from Sword and Shield, but like they still have pretty great stories. I mean, yeah, they have their problems, but like they're the best stories I think since Black and White, but personal opinion anyway. So the Scarlet and Violet DLC, I was actually surprised we got as much stuff as we did. I thought, and to open the direct too. I thought maybe they would mention, hey, the Pokemon stuff. Remember that stuff that got announced on Pokemon Day? Yeah, there's going to be more info on that in a Pokemon Presents in like a week, like they usually do. But that was kind of cool that we actually got to see some stuff. I actually got to see gameplay of the new legendaries, at least as part of the first part, the Teal Mask. But yeah, Scarlet and Violet DLCs, whatever. Because we still don't really know too much about it anyway, still, but they're trying to keep it as vague as possible, I guess, until they actually do a Pokemon Presents, so that's whatever. But as far as Detective Pikachu Returns, I did look it up. It was announced May 2019 during a Pokemon press conference, because they did a press conference instead of a Presents during that time, I guess. So it was about 4 years without any information about the game. So yeah, we finally have a sequel to Detective Pikachu. I don't know why it took 4 years. I mean, during that time, maybe they could have ported the first game, because there were rumors they were going to bring the first game over to the Switch as well. And maybe that'll still happen, who knows. But I mean, it's fine. It's a spin-off title, so it's whatever. I mean, there were rumors they were going to do a new mystery dungeon too, but obviously that didn't happen yet. So yeah, it's whatever. Detective Pikachu is fine, I guess. It has its fans. I played a little bit of the first one, and it was okay from what I played it, so having the sequel finally come out, I should say, is, I guess, good. So maybe that frees up Game Freak's minor league division of developers to hopefully help with Generation 10 or the Gen 5 remakes that will eventually come out. So it's whatever. Pokemon's Pokemon.
I don't know anything about the game. I just know that it became a movie, but it's like a different story or whatever. So, happy for Pokemon fans. I don't know if I'll get it, but it looks cool. I like the joke of Pikachu being addicted to coffee. I think that's funny. Um, Scarlet Violet, again, happy for Pokemon fans. It's not Legends Arceus though, so it sucks. um, yeah, like I wanted to be excited for Scarlet and Violet, but then seeing how broken they ended up being at launch kind of killed my interest for it. Like if they do have a good story, like maybe I'll try them down the road, but I don't know. Maybe someday, but not today.
Story, no fucking voice acting.
Pokemon is never gonna have voice acting, not even on the Switch 2.
It should.
So in my notes, I have it written that we're going to ask about the other games in general, but let's talk about Splatoon just a little bit more instead. So, what do you think of Splatoon 3's Splatfest coming up soon, and when do you think we'll see Splatoon 3 side order?
Splatoon Freeze, Splatfest, the ice cream one. Well, when it comes to Splatoon 3, I really haven't played it as much as Splatoon 2. And honestly, I've really only been playing the Splatfest and Splatoon 3. Like, I haven't even completed the main story mode yet because I kind of got bored with it after a while. But Splatoon 3 Splatfest, the ice cream one, I'm definitely going team mint chip because that is the best flavor of ice cream in the world. And anybody who says otherwise is lying to themselves. They just pretend that it's not. As for side order, I really don't know when we're going to get that. I imagine it's probably taking them a little bit longer to say anything about it because it's probably taking them a long time to make the DLC. So that's all I really have to say. So yeah.
So the Splatfest is funny because technically people got on them for not having it be the straight up like strawberry chocolate vanilla for the Splatfest. but it's funny because Big Man's still representing chocolate in a way with mint chocolate chip, which I agree is the best ice cream flavor. So I'm definitely Team Big Man, and that also proves Big Man is the best idol once again for like the 18th time. But as far as the side order DLC, I was surprised we didn't hear anything about it or see anything about it. Even like a mention in passing for a upcoming Splatoon 3 Direct or anything. I'm sure that will happen probably within the next 2 months. But yeah, I was shocked we didn't see anything or hear anything about it today, or during the Direct, rather. But yeah, Splatfest is alright. It's a Splatfest. I'm sure Gator will be confused about tricolor battles again at that point. But yeah. But yeah, Splatfest is always fun, and hopefully we learn about Side Order, more stuff about Side Order soon.
Yeah, it's a little weird that they announced the Splatfest during the Nintendo Direct, and that was the only thing they touched upon. But it's a pretty cool one. I like ice cream, so probably will go with Team Vanilla because of waifu bias. But yeah, like I'm excited for this one because like I've been streaming all the Splatfest and things like that, and they've been really fun ones to go through and things. So hopefully it'll be a fun time, and hopefully now that I somewhat understand how tricolor works, I'll actually be decent at it for once.
Do you understand how it works?
I mean, you have 3 teams.
The last 2 Splatfest streams that I watched, you still were confused about it.
The last one, I somewhat knew what I was doing. Sort of. Anyway. But here's the problem with tricolor Terraform. It's a cool idea, but they don't give you they don't give you a lot of room to learn how it works, because they're only playable during Splatfest, they're not available in Recon, and it's just the tutorial is horribly written. It's anyway, that's not the point. The point right now is that it's a cool Splatfest. Unintentional pun. But anyway, yeah, Side Order. Hopefully it comes out soon. Really surprised that didn't get shown here. I'm wondering if that might have gotten delayed until next year and they're just not saying it yet. Because on the eShop, I think it says it's listed for December 2024. So I'm not sure if it got delayed or anything like that. Hopefully it's going to be good, because the Octo expansion is still the coolest thing Splatoon has ever done. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to see Side Order sooner than later. And yeah, that'll be a fun time and stuff like that. I also want to know more about it so I can know when I can do my damn Let's Play. And the next question.
Never.
Are there any other games that you'd like to discuss? Like Batman Arkham Trilogy, Persona 5 Tactica? What else do you want to talk about?
I like how you put games that you're interested in for this question for the aftermath instead of stuff like the new Peach game or the Luigi's Mansion 2 port.
Alright, fine. We'll tack on another question. What do you think of Peach and Luigi port?
Oh, come on!
It sounded like you said something else.
Why is it that every time we talk about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, you always think I say something dirty? You okay there, buddy?
Give him a minute.
Do you want to go first, James, or I'll pancake covers?
I think he's slowly coming down from the high.
Okay, so any other games, including Luigi's Mansion, Peach, Arkham, Persona 5, whatever the fuck, I don't know anymore.
We're just doing the Mario ones first, and then we'll get to the other ones later.
Okay, Princess Peach game looks really interesting. I forgot what I was gonna say about it. Shit. Sorry. The only one I really wanted to talk about is that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is coming to Switch, and that is really weird and exciting because I never expected Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon to actually get a port. But it's also exciting because now you can play the game on Switch, and more people who never had a chance to experience it finally got a reason to experience it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, Princess Peach game. I wish I could remember what I was gonna say about it, but I forgot. So yeah, there.
I've got something to say about it real quick.
Oh
Okay.
god.
So James.
What?
I'd like to confess real quick, right after seeing that, my first thought was, oh man, wonder where James is going to let's play this.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I thought the same thing too when I first saw it. So, yeah, uh, big Super Princess Peach guy over here, my most popular Let's Play. So, I was surprised when they first started the trailer and they were like, "Oh, that's not the only Mario character getting a game." I thought it was going to be a different Luigi game or maybe Luigi's Mansion 4. Um, but all of a sudden they have like the theater setting and then the curtain rises and Peach is jumping up and down and I'm just like, "What?" Um, it kind of looks almost classic Paper Mario like, which is funny and weird. I don't really think it's going to be Super Princess Peach 2. Yeah, I mean, it could. They maybe just be hiding the emotion stuff for now. But it seems more like musical than emotion based, which is great because I don't know if emotion based gameplay would pass in 2024. But yeah, new Peach game, so that's exciting. I look forward to it. Again, it looks kind of classic Paper Mario-y and combat, kind of, which is cool and weird, but who knows? We'll see about that. And Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon port. It's funny because people were like, why isn't the original Luigi's Mansion being on the Switch? That would have left Dark Moon as the only 3DS one. And now, technically, Luigi's Mansion 1 is the only one that's not on the Switch now. So that's pretty funny. But the Dark Moon port, out of left field, but it probably does open up more possibilities for 3DS games to be ported to Switch. So that's exciting. I'm definitely hoping for a Link Between Worlds one day to be on the Switch, but we'll see about that. Yeah, so new Peach game, super excited. Luigi's Mansion 2, Dark Moon, super excited. Although I was planning Dark Moon soon-ish, and that kind of sucks. But that seems to happen a lot with all these sequels. I start planning and like preparing for these sequels. Like I mentioned earlier, Portal 2, I was finally planning it. Then the Switch version was announced. Then I've been kind of working on Dark Moon, like I mentioned, and that got announced. And what did I post earlier? Pikmin 2, when Pikmin 2 came, that there's a lot of sequels that are now on the Switch, and it's just like, I wanted to play them. I was starting to plan them, to play them, and things happened where they came to the Switch, which is great because that makes it easier to record them than their other means I was going to record them in, but yeah, I'm happy and also mad at the same time.
Yeah, this was definitely one of those Nintendo Directs that really shook up my own lineup for what I was going to be playing soon. Because, like, on top of a bunch of other things, the next Mario RPG I want to do, I wasn't going to do until, like, next year or so. I might end up doing it a lot sooner, though, because my hype for Mario RPG got me inspired to do, like, a bunch of work today on that, so it might happen sooner than later, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is my favorite Mario games of all time. So being able to play it on Switch is really cool. And like James said, that really opens up the door for other 3DS games to get ported as well. Because we already got like Miitopia as well. So hopefully we'll get more like Link Between Worlds, Kid Icarus Uprising, like all that fun stuff. So yeah, like I've loved Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Um, the Peach game, I'm excited for it. I just wish we knew what it was. We don't really know what genre it is. We don't know if it's a platformer or an RPG or a rhythm game or whatever it's supposed to be. But the idea of it is really cool because like Peach hasn't had a game in a long time, so I'm really excited for that. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun time. And now for the next real question. You already know because I asked earlier. Batman Arkham, Persona, whatever else you want to talk about.
Um. Well, I'm excited the Arkham games are coming to Switch. I don't know if I'm going to play them on Switch since I've been playing one of them on PS3. So I don't really know if I'm going to get the Switch versions of the Arkham games. Um, Another game that you didn't mention is Sonic Superstars. That's a game I'm excited for because it's new. It's funny. New 2D Mario and a new 2D Sonic game are coming out this year, and that's pretty funny to me. But yeah, that's another game I'm excited for. Persona 5, I do want to play. I just don't really know what to really say about it right now, other than I want to play that one. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So Batman's whatever, Persona 5's whatever. The thing I want to talk about is the sleeper announcement of the direct. And also Sonic Superstars is great because obviously we haven't had a discussion since Superstars was announced, so it looks like it's going to be fun. But the sleeper I want to talk about, the game from the Sonic Mania team, Penny's Big Breakaway, that
Oh
looks
yeah, that one.
amazing. That looks so good. I can't wait to
Mhm.
play that. And every other thing was just whatever, because it was basically all the farming games like that usually get announced in every direct. Do you notice that like the last 2 years almost every direct is like half farming games?
Dude, farming games are peak.
Yeah, like no game can ever top a good farming simulator. Just look at Farmville.
I mean, you get to milk a cow or
And
something.
you
I
also
don't
can
know.
milk
I've
a
never
cow in
played any
1-2
of them.
Switch, but nobody complains about that.
Well, that's the perfect game.
The 1-2 Switch milking minigame, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're milking the cash cow of Nintendo. Mario. I don't know.
uh, like okay, you literally just said the name of the game. What was it called again? The one by Sonic Mania?
Penny's Big Breakaway.
Penny's Big Burger.
Yes, that one.
That one looks really fun. The art style reminds me of Hat in Time, and I love that game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. And I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I just love the art style, so it looks cool. Sonic Superstars, I wish I had more to say about it. I'm not a big fan of 2D Sonic, but
Because of course you're not.
sorry, my first one was Sonic 4, so you can give me a
No
break on that.
excuses. Never. You should have started with a good one like Sonic Rush or Sonic 1. Why did you choose Sonic 4 out of all of them to start with?
Anywho. Yeah. So those games look fun. Persona 5 Tactica, it looks cool. I do worry that there's like too much Persona 5 stuff coming out soon, because like we've had like I love Persona 5. It just hopefully it's not one of those ones that gets too much stuff too quickly and like gives everybody like Persona 5 fatigue or something like that. But Batman Arkham. Oh my god, that's probably my favorite direct announcement aside from Mario RPG, because I love the Batman Arkham games. They're just so good. I was marathoning them late last year, and I almost finished them. I didn't finish Arkham Knight yet, but man, just I love those games so much. And the fun thing about them is that they're all native ports, which, yeah, aside from C, that makes sense because they're like PlayStation 3 games and stuff like that. But Arkham Knight, I always looked at that one as like one of the most visually impressive games that I've ever seen in my life. And it still holds up really well today. It's an amazing looking game, and it's getting a native port on the Switch. That just seeing that, one of my first thoughts after that was, man, Kingdom Hearts really had no excuse to only release on cloud. Just, I'm really excited for the Batman Arkham games. I'm gonna be marathoning them all again when they come to Switch, so super excited about all that. Hopefully they run decent. I'll take a lower resolution if it means playing them on Switch, but hopefully they're not buggy or anything like that. So yeah,
Oh, you already know they're gonna be buggy.
don't crush my dreams. And now for the final question. Do you have any final thoughts before we finish this discussion?
Final thoughts: Nintendo Direct was really good. Got a lot of Mario stuff after like 2 years of having no Mario stuff. Got a lot of good announcements. Was really fun to watch at 7 in the morning and then pass out right after. So, yep, pretty good.
Yeah, for being the first direct in a while, this was a pretty good one. Mario fans, we're eating good today, boys and girls. We're eating great. Mario Wonder, Mario RPG, fun time, new Peach game, Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 4, lots of things to look forward to. Super excited, great direct. I had a great time.
Yeah, so many good announcements. Mario RPG, Pikmin coming to Switch, and just all that fun stuff. Yeah, there were a few slow moments during the direct, but this is probably one of the best ones we've had in a very long time. Right.
I will say though, sorry to interrupt. I will say though, I was very disappointed that we did not even get a tease of Donkey Kong, because apparently they've been working on a new one for so long, just like they've been working on Mario Wonder apparently for so long. And DK's 30th anniversary was this year, and it's just so disappointing we haven't seen or heard anything Donkey Kong related. Okay, continue.
Yeah, like my best guess is that they might be saving it to release alongside the Donkey Kong expansion for Super Nintendo World. But like I don't know how far off that is. But yeah, like my big takeaway with this direct in general was that going on a little bit of a rant real quick. I'll try not to go on for too long, but it seems like every gaming journalist is trying to say the Switch is dying soon and that we're going to get a successor next year. When did Nintendo ever imply that? Because like,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, the Switch is kind of old hardware, but if it was the case, they would have at least let slip like a project name, because they did that for Project Cafe, they did that for Project Revolution, and all that fun stuff, and the NX. They haven't even teased anything about the next console. I think it's going to be a little ways away. So my big takeaway is that the Switch isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I really don't think they're gonna stop the Switch anytime soon. I mean, it's like it's close to beating out the PS2 in terms of lifetime sales. Very close. I don't think they're gonna keep this. I think they're gonna keep this train going until at least they make it to that point. And if they stop doing the Switch at this point, then you would probably piss off a lot of people because the Switch is still a very popular console, you know? So like, yeah.
You might want to talk to Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot about that, because he had that interview where he talked about Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope kind of underperforming, and how Ubisoft ignored Nintendo saying to hold off until Nintendo's next console. So I mean, yeah, I think Switch 2 or whatever they're gonna call it's probably within like the next 2 years, but yeah. Anyway.
At the same time, like I don't think that theory holds a whole lot of weight to it because Splatoon has 2 games on Switch. Mario Party has 2 games on Switch. Pokemon has 2 generations on Switch. Just I don't think
Pokemon has more than 2 generations on Switch.
I don't think Mario and Rabbids having a sequel on the same console really hurt it more than other Ubisoft problems that plagued it. I'm just gonna say that. Alright. So on that note, Pikmin's on Switch now! Everybody stop watching this video and go play that now! Thank you all so much for watching this roundtable discussion. I'm Lady RDU and there.
Thank you, Gar, man.
And the James rolls.